Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to The Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Money Factor here on The Sphere. This is LaShonda Johnson, certified financial educator and also the co-founder of the Houston Housewives of Finance official. And
I am Tony Sanders, also a licensed financial professional and the co-founder of the Houston Housewives of Finance. And man, it feels kind of funny because we're recording on a Tuesday.
I know, this is weird.
It's a little different, but our producer Gary Lee and LaShonda were both out and away. LaShonda, welcome back from Hawaii.
Hey, everybody.
And Gary's he's came back from Cayman Islands, and little old me, they sent me to Austin. I'll be damned. But I had a great time. Really. You know that T-shirt? Remember that T-shirt when your parents or your grandparents would go out of town and they would come back with that T-shirt and say,
oh, they brought me back.
That was this lousy little T-shirt. I tell you. But we are back, and hey, can't say Money Mondays, but definitely terrific Tuesday. It's going to be very informative as always. So what we talking about, LaShonda?
Well, I think today is going to be interesting because we are, as entrepreneurs, we like to appreciate the tax advantages that we get.
Oh, so this about to be a tax Tuesday?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, we're still talking about building the correct financial foundation. And we've talked about, the proper protection. We've talked about debt management. In fact, we just, want you guys to make sure that you're prepared to, continue building that house. We talked about having an emergency fund, how important that is. And, of course, the roof on the house is investing. So that's going to take place in various increments. But in the news today, before we get into some basics to that and starting that journey, we want to talk about being entrepreneurs. We look forward to having tax advantages.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so like a lot of other things in our country, even that's in jeopardy. And so that's unfortunate, but, we want to bring you guys up to date or up to speed on what's things you could lose out on as far as tax advantages. I hope that these things don't take place, but it's a reality. They're looking at them. So the article does come to us from CNN Money. And if you're watching us, you can definitely see this. If you're not watching, you can, you're listening to us, you can go back to thesphere.tv and link up with the articles to re-engage and find out more or just deep into them more. But the deductions that may be killed by tax reform is what it says. And so anytime
like everything else is being killed,
being killed.
I
just don't know what's going on in our country. Why are we killing everything?
Right.
I mean, and these are some things that are very, very important. And we'll show you in the article, just the percentage of people who take advantage of tax advantages. But I don't think that they're I don't think that they're advantages. I think that they're necessary. The things that we have to do to operate business, to make business flow. The heart of our economy thrives through the small business owner. And it's unfortunate that we take the biggest hits. I mean, you have to really be a very, very large corporation to really see some of the returns
Benefits.
and the benefits from tax advantages. But the small business people, we make up everything, and so we're about to be threatened in another way, in our new government system. These are Trumpnomics.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
Trumpnomics.
Trumpnomics.
And so, hey, we're all being affected by them one
Right.
way or the other. I mean, every single day. So let's take a look at this article, and we can see what we have to take. We can look forward to dealing with next. I mean, it's just one thing after
It's
another.
One thing after another.
So it says real tax reform remains a very big if Congress and the Trump administration slashes rates and overhaul the tax code, most itemized deductions taxpayers can claim on their tax returns would probably go away.
Wow.
Why? Because both the White House and the House Republicans have proposed getting rid of them and except for mortgage interest and charitable contributions. So it looks like we're going to be giving away a lot of charitable contributions. So
I'll be giving it away. Hello.
oh boy. So I guess because a lot of people thrive on charitable contributions, they're not going to get rid of that, and we have to keep our mortgage.
Right.
But let's look at some of the other things that are going to be affected by this. So such a change would affect 30% of federal tax filers who today choose to itemize because their deductions exceed the
Their
value.
deductions combined can
Okay, I
exceed the
can't
value
see.
of their
Okay.
standard deduction.
Yes. Can you
Yeah.
continue?
Yeah. I kept trying to follow her, but let's start all over. It says a change would affect 30% of federal tax filers who today choose to itemize because their deductions combined exceed the value of their standard deduction, currently $6,300 for single filers and $12,600 for joint filers. The vast majority of households making more than $200,000 itemized and high income filers get the most value from itemized deductions. Nevertheless,
There's a notable number of itemizers farther down the income scale as well. The Tax Foundation found that itemizers included 39% of those with adjusted gross income between $50,000 and $75,000, 56% of those with adjusted gross income of $75,000 to $100,000, and close to 77% of filers making between $100,000 and $200,000.
wow.
And so your small business owner is going to be that last percentage, that's
Right.
77%. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, what do you want us to do? I mean, it's like,
Right.
oh my gosh, you're taking everything away from
Taking
us.
everything.
I mean, what exactly are we to do? It's disheartening. And so if you go back to the article and look at the article, here's some of the things that you're going to have to deal with, state and local tax deductions. That's one. First of all, it says any tax reform the current Congress might pass could entitle a big cutout in rates on and a larger standard deduction defaults are still not set. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin has said eliminating most itemized deductions could help ensure the rich don't get rich, if any. The rich don't get much, if any, tax cut. But killing itemized deductions would affect a lot of filers in the middle and upper class income ranges too. So here are some of the key deductions that could get the tax X. And that's tax and local state deductions. Well, we don't have to necessarily
Right.
deal with that because we don't pay state taxes here in Texas. But man, the rest of the country, most of them do.
Right.
And so, Tony, you want to read about how that's gonna be affected?
Okay, so it says itemizers are allowed to write their state and local income taxes or generally sales taxes plus their property taxes. This is the largest itemized deduction for all itemizers who typically live in high tax states such as New York and California. There is, however, resistance to getting rid of the deductions from lawmakers in states most affected by it. Medical expenses. Today, you may deduct the amount of your medical expenses that exceed 10% of your adjusted gross income. That's a tough threshold for most people to meet in any given year. The Joint Committee of Taxation estimates that 4% of households claim it and their average savings from its amount to less than $1,500 per return.
I mean, hello. So, man, we are being hard pressed on a lot of sides with all of these changes
all the
that
way
are taking
around.
place. I mean, man, we're barely a year into election. You know, this new election season, or this a new, house of.
You don't even know what to call it.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, you read these things. I mean, it's just one thing after the other, after the other. I mean, we have to deal with the healthcare situation now, tax exemptions, making it very hard for people, just everyday people,
Everyday working middle class people,
small business and middle class people, small business owner and middle class people, just to be able to thrive economically. How are we going to make our system work?
right?
It's very confusing to understand the direction that we're going. I mean, I don't understand it.
How you gonna make it work? How you gonna make it greater?
How I don't understand exactly how this is making America greater. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to know that.
Me too.
And so changes like this, you're saying that you're not going to make the rich richer, but the only way we're going to really thrive as an economy is that you allow some of the lower class and the middle class to come up.
Absolutely.
And so we have to be able to have opportunities to provide us the way to be able to function, in our society economically. And so, going back to the article, we can see that investment interest, while interest payments on personal debt, such as credit cards, car loans, are not deductible, interest paid on loans for income producing investments are. And so getting rid of that deduction would affect anyone who, for instance, buys stocks on margin. According to Stephen Rosenthal, a senior fellow at the Tax Policy Center. Those who would not be affected are those who pay interest on loans to support their business. That would still be deductible as a business expense on Schedule C. Okay. Miscellaneous expenses. This is a catch-all category that includes tax preparation fees and unreimbursed employee expenses such as union dues, travel for work, job-related courses, also expenses for generating hobbies and gambling losses, among others.
Wow.
You just think about expenses, for travel for work.
I'm just thinking about it. I mean, all the money that's spent for people to go back and forth, and people who they commute. Are you kidding me?
Well, he's saying that. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out the rationale here. I don't know how that's helping us at all.
At all.
I just don't know. It's sinking us into a...
You haven't read anything thus far that I'm like, okay, how is this making things better?
I don't know. So, the people who really, I don't want to say bamboozled, but maybe that's the word. The people who were convinced were every average people in the campaign season, that were told, oh, we're going to make, America great
again.
And, man, how? Why? I mean, why all this?
Yeah.
So if you're watching us, we'd love for you to comment so we can, our Facebook Live is up and going. So the comment section is available. However, we are in the portion of the show that we do want to talk about our sponsor, and that's Elite Dental Wellness. So at Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We're committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are a part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort, and you can make an appointment today with Dr. Asandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness by calling 713-789-8680.
Ding.
Ding. So, getting back to our situation here. Wow. I don't know if we've had any comments coming in on Facebook, but I tell you guys, that's the one way that you can really kind of create some security for yourself is through entrepreneurship. And even now that's being threatened with taking away tax deductions. So that means you have to walk into your situation as an entrepreneur, having enough capital to fund your situation and fund even your process of the situation.
It's just unbelievable.
It's really unbelievable. So I guess the next thing we're going to have to talk about is having some information available for people from the small SBA administration.
Right.
But again, that's a loan.
That's still a loan.
It's still a debt.
Mm-hmm.
So we need some relief. We need some relief here.
Wow.
And I don't know where exactly it's coming from. Let's go back to the article, see what else it has to say. So, for instance, today you may be able to deduct the cost that the business trip your employer your employer failed to cover. That option would disappear. You would have to fight your boss for reimbursement.
I'm just like,
Okay.
I'm just like, wow.
But there's a catch to such deductions, okay? Specific rules govern whether any given expense is eligible, and you can only deduct some of the eligible miscellaneous expenses to that extent that combined that exceed 2% of your adjusted gross income. Wow. Others such as gambling losses or casualty and theft losses from income producing projects are not subject to the 2% threshold. So who's making these rules? Really? So if first of all, if we have to fight our boss, that's already
to get your money back.
That's already a fight.
That's already a fight.
That's already a battle people are not winning.
No.
So that's why you have a deduction.
So that you
So
don't have to
fight
that.
them. Okay, moving right along. So you guys, we're in trouble. I mean, we're in trouble.
I'm just.
It's a somber topic to be able to talk about,
And I feel it. I feel the energy. It's
I
like,
know.
are you kidding me?
It's horrible. So anyway, it's that time for you to go ahead and subscribe to Facebook if you could. We would love for you to do that right now, this second, this moment, because in about 30 seconds, this session is going to end. Facebook Live is only about 15 minutes, so we need you to go to Facebook and subscribe to The Sphere. Once you subscribe, there's a place there for you to write a review. We'd love to hear from you, hear your feedbacks. What would you like to hear us talk about? What are some things you'd like to see us discuss? How do you feel about what you've received the information so far? And then, of course, you can also donate. To donate, there is 2 buttons. One allows you to give a one-time contribution where it says a single donation. And then the next button is donate as a patron. That allows you to do continued contributions or even scheduled contributions. We'd like that as well. The other thing we'd like you to do is share the show. This is very important information. Maybe some people didn't even know that these things were going to affect them that we're talking about this morning. And every Monday, not Tuesday, but Monday, we come to you with lots of information that we know will help you. It's inspiring dialogue that we know will allow you to be able to take the right journey down this money path that we're all traveling down. So share the show. So we need you to subscribe, review, donate, and share. So again, to watch the show in its entirety, you do need to be a subscriber. So we want you to do that right now. We're going to continue with the show.
Absolutely.
Okay. So,
man, we're
yeah, this is craziness. So, and thinking about, the things that we're faced with in our economy, it can be a little bit daunting.
very.
You think about, wow, this is a money show and we're talking about money, ways to keep it, ways to raise it, ways to multiply it, ways to grow it, we definitely don't want to be talking to you about ways that the government is
You're gonna
expected to take
it away
from
from
us.
you. Yes.
But again, all the more reason why it's important to understand why financial literacy is so important.
Absolutely.
Because without financial literacy, you don't know how to combat. It's the defense that we have to create offense. We create offense economically for ourselves in what we receive and what we do with it. But we also have to be on the defense for things like this. So when you're aware of things like this, then now you can have some form of mechanism to defend yourself and your cash flow.
Absolutely. You know, and what's so great about the show is that, you know, you do the research and you find these great articles that I know that people aren't looking out for themselves, and they're not going to read these articles if you don't bring them. And this is information that they need to know.
People need to know that.
They need to know this.
Yeah,
That's going to affect them.
Oh yeah, this is going to affect us in a great way. So
Oh,
you got
my
to figure out what's the
goodness.
plan B, C, D, and E, because hey, I don't know. We're just going to go back to the article and we'll wrap up with that one and see what else it has to say. That's it. Okay, so that's it with that article. Little depressing.
Little?
Sorry.
She said a little. Man.
I mean, this is information that we have to bring you. I mean, we have to tell you. We got to tell you. We have an obligation to tell you what's going on. That's in the news. So, but anyway, on the brighter side of things, you are talking about investing and continuing our investment journey. And so it's important, you guys, that you start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next article that we're going to talk about is being able to make sure that you do start. And saving and investing when you're just starting out is very important to understand.
Mm-hmm. Just
So,
get
Tony-
started. Get started.
Tony, you
So-
want to start us off?
Sure. It says, congratulations. After all the classes, exams, late nights, and early mornings and interviews, so many interviews, you actually get to start your career, and you've spent the majority of your life working towards. In addition to millions of things you need to keep track of is your first real job, you'll also start thinking about putting your financial house in order. You might be thinking, that sounds good. I want to do that. I like the idea of order in my finances, but what does that really even mean? There are many terms: Roth, W-4, 1099, dollar cost averaging, volatility, FDIC, stocks, bonds, ETF, mutual funds, automated trading platform, blah, blah, blah.
I love this article.
Because that's what people are,
Blah, blah, blah.
That's exactly what it is, because this is like, it's overwhelming for those that
Yes.
they look at it and like, I don't know what this is. They start that job, they get that packet, and they have no idea.
You guys, this goes back to why you need to have the Saving Your Future book, because it clears up some of that blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things in there. And in fact, in the Saving Your Future books, it said it's full of, the industry is full of complex things, rules and regulations and things like that. And and of course, we don't expect you to know all of those things, but you need to have some understanding.
But it's a great resource.
It's a great resource. The Saving Your Future book is a great resource for you to be able to get a basic understanding of what those things entail. And do you need to know? Of course you need to know.
Do you need to know?
Do you?
Yeah.
You must know.
Yes.
I mean, you have to understand how these things are going to affect your day to day. I mean, things are happening around us, whether you're aware of it or not. Just because you're not aware of it does not
Doesn't
mean things
it's
are not happening.
Absolutely.
And so you need to be able to understand them. So when you're starting out, the Saving Your Future book and our workshops are a key to some basic foundation. So at least you walk in with a little bit of clarity, and I would venture to say, Tony, not just a little bit of clarity, but a clear path.
It
You
gives
understand what you're doing.
Absolutely. I truly
Yes.
believe that it gives them a clear path.
It
to
does.
Exactly. So when you get that packet and you're not understanding, I'm telling you, if you just read this book and you go to the information, it's there for you, but you've got to pick it up. You've got to get your copy. How do you get your copy? You got to reach out to us. I'm Tony S. at the Houston Housewives of Finance.com.
And I'm LaShonda J. at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com.
You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on LinkedIn. We're on Meetup. We're on Facebook as the Houston Housewives of Finance Official. If it doesn't say official, it's not us. You know, you have to get your copy. Give us a call at 1-844-700-4463. I tell you, I would never start a job without, you know, at least reading. Number one, you have to read the packet that they give you. Number two, have your Saving Your Future book side by side, so if there's something that you don't understand, you can reference to it.
You guys, I'm telling you, gone are the days that you can just be oblivious to what's going on around you financially. Gone are the days that, you know, you can, you know, just turn a blind eye to the things that are going on financially. You know, you can't just afford to sit things aside. We're not in, those days are gone. I mean, you can just cut them out, just do this. They're gone.
Cut them.
Cut it. You know, you can't do that anymore.
Right.
You've got to get involved. That means you've got to come to the workshops. Man, the workshops are imperative for you to be able to go through. We're talking about, I love what Tony said, you know, it's 52 weeks in a year. Take 5 of those weeks
and get educated.
Get educated. I mean, you guys, if you're listening to us, you're watching us, I cannot tell you how important it is to understand what is going on around you. You know, some of the negative to that is that if you don't understand, I mean, you can be a victim. You're going to be a victim of societal changes in our economy and where it relates to money. And we're supposed to be something that was supposed to be meant good for you is not going to work out for you that way if you don't exercise your own rights in it to be able to make it work for you right.
Right.
So it's sad. It's a sad situation,
you know,
for those who just refuse.
I like what you just said, because it makes me think about all of these little posts and things that I see. And it says, you know, that sometimes people, you know, they watch what happens. They wonder what happened. And some like, what the hell just happened? Because they're not in tune to exactly what's going on. Yeah. And I think people have to start taking, you know, things more seriously. I just don't think people take things serious enough when it comes to their financial house, when it comes to their financial futures, when it comes to just the smallest things like benefits, that benefit packet. They have no idea whether you take advantage of it. If you don't take advantage of it, you still need to know what's in it. You have to understand it. You guys are just signing up for stuff and you don't even understand what you're signing up for.
I like when you say that, because, you know, making the wrong decision it can happen in a fleeting moment.
Right. It just
a fleeting moment. You know, your decision to sign something or do something and you don't understand it. So again, our workshops 2500 East TC Jester, Suite 345, Houston 77008, Suite 345. Again, 2500 East TC Jester, Suite 345, Houston, Texas 77008. Tuesdays 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. I tell you, this will be the best time that you spend as far as getting yourself educated and pulled up to speed with what's going on around you. If you're not in Houston, it's okay. We have workshops that are taking place literally all over the place in the U.S. Call us at 1-844-700-4463. We can direct you to the right location that will fit where you're located. Even in Houston, there's multiple locations. So we want you to get educated, you guys. It is so very, very important. I cannot impress upon you the importance of figuring out your financial life.
Absolutely. So with that being said, this portion of the show is being sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting a business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you need to reach thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue coupled with strategic ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Awesome. I love The Sphere.
Yes. You guys, great TV. I mean, conversations here about everything. We've had that conversation too. So if you want to be engaged in conversations that matter, then this is where you need to be. So we're glad that you're tuning in with us.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so let's go back to this article. And let's look at let's scroll down. It says congratulations. Well,
Ooh,
first of
now
all, it said
things.
congratulations. Things can get complicated very quickly, and the reality is each person's journey is unique. How many times have we said that? That's why
Absolutely.
you have
Everybody
a
is
personal
different.
financial strategy
Mhm.
because your journey is personal to you.
Right.
The good news is that there's a couple of common themes to keep in mind when. Can you scroll up a little bit?
When starting
When starting your expedition into the land of independent fiscal responsibility. I love that. Independent fiscal responsibility.
right.
And then it starts off with saying,
Pay
pay
yourself
yourself
first.
first.
We say that all the time. I think we say it every day. Pay yourself first.
That needs to be a shirt too.
I got it.
Okay.
Pay yourself
Pay
first.
yourself first. We're gonna have-
Hashtag pay
Yes.
yourself first.
Absolutely.
That's a new hashtag
yes.
too.
Yes. Pay yourself first, people.
You heard it
Because
here
you
on the
can
Sphere
see
first.
That everything and everybody else is going to take money from you. So
Absolutely.
you have to pay yourself. You don't pay yourself, nobody's going to pay you. If you don't take care of you, nobody's going to take care of you. If you don't take care of you, who will take care of you?
Sure, not the government.
They're not interested in you.
We just read that.
We just read that. They're looking for ways to snatch money from you, snatch, exemptions from you. Listen, you have to take care of you. You must. So let's go back to the article, and it says, pay yourself first. Before you spend any money on food, clothing, housing, entertainment, debt, whatever you can think of, be sure you have put aside something for yourself.
We talk about this every
Hello, can I get... Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
The amount changes depend on the goals you want to achieve. Let me read that again.
I think you should.
Before. That's the
Before.
beginning. Before you spend any money on food, clothing, housing, entertainment, debt, whatever you can think of, be sure you have put aside something for yourself. The amount changes depending on the goals you want to achieve. So that's telling you right there, Tony, you have to set goals.
What do we talk about all the time? Have a plan. You have to have a plan.
Oh my gosh.
You have to pay yourself. You have to have a plan. Man, it just lets me know that exactly what we're saying and what we're doing
is right.
It's right.
Confirmation.
It's confirmation.
Okay, so let's go back to the article. Man, okay, buying a house, starting a family, opening a business, and retiring early are all goals that require financial resources to accomplish. You guys cannot wish your way into these things. Think about where you want to end up before you start. For related reading, see how to save and start an investment portfolio. That's a resource you can go look at. Even if the amount you set aside is small to begin with, just start doing it.
Yes. Just get started.
Start where you
Wow.
are. You need to get into the habit of saving regularly and consistently at the beginning of your career. This will reap huge dividends for you in the future.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Not in the middle. Not at the
Not in the
end. In the beginning.
Not when you feel like it.
Oh my goodness.
In the beginning. In the beginning. So we talked about time.
Millennials. In the beginning. Right now.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, if you don't, you will feel it. You're going to feel it, and it's not going to feel good. So start right now. Start,
Right.
please. If you're not a millennial and, you're Generation X, like Tony and I, start.
Just
you
get-
still have
just-
to start.
Just get started.
You cannot be
I don't
weighed
care
down by
where
what
you
you
are.
didn't
No.
do, where you're not. You still have to start.
And so you know what that is? Making a decision.
Make a decision,
You have
MD.
to make that decision. I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where you are and who you are. Just make the decision. I think for me personally, that's the issue that I have with people is that they can't make that decision that they want to help themselves and help their families and have a better financial future. They just can't make that decision.
And that's because they're inundated by all the things that it says not to do before saving. It says save before you do that. Even buying food. even before anything, it says pay yourself first.
And I get it. You know why? Because you're going to give that money to someone else,
Yeah.
and that's helping them, but you haven't taken care of yourself.
Yeah, it's a learned behavior. I can tell you the first time I ever heard of it was probably about 11 years ago. I'm 8 years in the industry, but I heard of paying myself 11 years ago. And when I first heard it, I thought, so I wasted 2 years of the 11 because that I've known about it, because I thought I do pay myself. I'm a business owner, so I write a check. I'm good. That's not what we're talking about. Because those of you who own a business, you're out there, you do have to pay yourself. And when you pay yourself, then you go buy food and pay mortgages and pay debt. No, we're talking about paying yourself, putting it away, aside something for yourself that has an opportunity to grow at a pace that will outpace inflation and taxes.
And that's where I didn't. I paid myself, but I didn't pay in the right place, you know, and I knew that, you know, we have to save, but it's so many things that you have got to understand. So people say all the time, oh, I'm paying myself. Okay, so where are you putting the money?
Yeah.
Oh,
where's
it's in a
it going?
shoebox. Oh,
Does it have a chance to double?
It's not going to grow. You're losing the purchasing power. I mean, it's not growing. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You know, and I think about people who, you know, telling me that they save their money in a house, and I hey, the show is already there, so let me just go there with it, because I see all the fires and things that happen, and if your money is not in a safe, and even if it is, you know, you lose that money.
you're still losing, even if it's sitting there. You're losing if it's not a fire.
No,
You're
but I'm
losing
thinking
to
about
your-
the people who tell me that it's in a shoebox or under the mattress and the house catch on fire, or somebody break in the house. I mean, think about all the
that's
different.
that's not wise.
It's just not wise. It's hell.
It's okay to have some cash stash. You need that. We tell you that all the time with an emergency fund. But
Not
there's
in
a
the
place
house.
to put it. I mean, it still need. Listen, there's even now today. If you're gonna save for emergencies and have cash on hand, you can even make that grow. But nothing's growing in your house. Nothing's growing under your mattress. You know,
In
and
the
yes,
backyard.
we
in the
all need to have
freezer.
a little cash on hand. Okay. But guys, we're just saying, create some wisdom about how you're handling your funds. Okay. That's all this is about. That's what this show is about. That's what our efforts are about. That's what we fight for every day, is to help people to be a little bit more wise with what they're doing with their money. Create some wisdom behind your decisions. When I say create, because most of us don't have it.
They don't have it.
So we have to create it. How do we create it? We attend workshops. We sit down with a professional. We get some information that's going to help us. We take some time out to really get into a position to be of strength in our decisions. We just do something different. We make a decision to do something
Just make
different.
a decision.
And then you not knowing it's not good enough anymore.
Yeah, it's just, to me, that's just an excuse, and I'm sick of hearing that excuse about, no, I'm good, or, you know, I don't have the time. But you have time to spend the money.
Listen, you must make the
You
time.
have to make time.
Okay, so the time is money. So let's go back to the article, because I think it even talks about that.
It says invest
Tony,
your
yeah.
savings prudently. Many people will come to you with ideas about how to invest your money. Be critical, be cautious, and ask questions. You are ultimately responsible for ensuring you are working with someone who, one, is highly experienced with the field of personal finance. Oh my goodness, I can't. Man, I see so much on social media. Everybody's trying to help people with their money, and they're not experienced nor licensed to give you that information. Two, possesses the tools and the knowledge to guide you on the right path. We have the tools. We have the knowledge for you that can get you to where you want to go. Three, is it required to place your interests ahead of his or her own? Acts as a fiduciary. Absolutely. Hey, it's not about us. It's about you and helping you reach your goals and make sure that we're taking care of you. Man, we need to post this today. Now, this is the kind of stuff that gets me fired up because, hey, I'm really big on social media. However, I also see some people out there who are giving advice and they really shouldn't. And you guys are taking it. Stop. Cut it. Cut it out. Really. We talk about it all the time. You want to know something that gets me fired up? When people are listening to people who don't have any credentials. People are listening to people who don't have any experience. People are listening to people who don't even have no damn money.
Oh. Woohoo!
Now, how about that? Then that is the real.
Yeah.
And you're playing with people's lives financially. Give them an opportunity. Educate them first and foremost, and let them make it a educated and informed decision for themselves. But you don't want to
agree.
educate them, because if they know the truth,
Then they may choose a different.
they may choose
route.
a different route.
Yes. Well, okay. This is what was this today? Tuesday.
This is Testimony of Tuesday right now. It is. It gets me fired up because I've been doing this, and I've been talking and talking and talking, and I'm thirsty.
Let's have a drink. Okay. Well, you guys. Hey,
It's real, you guys.
these are real topics,
man.
and so when you eat, live, and breathe this, I mean, I just had a conversation with someone about, just last week I had a conversation with someone about, they were like, I just see you guys really, really pushing it hard about, financial things. It's good. Keep it up. And I'm like, yeah, you can say good, keep it up. But you guys don't understand, the battle it is to try to help people to understand money.
Absolutely.
It's a battle. And I said it's a battle because we're dealing with.
Can you say why it's a battle,
It
especially
is
in
a
our
battle.
in our community?
It's a battle because we're dealing with, a lot of obstinate people, people who like to spend but don't want to consider the future. And the future is, you don't have to wait a long time for the future to happen. The future can happen in the next hour. It could happen in the next moment. You just don't know what's going to happen. There could be a policy that's made in our government in the next 15 minutes that can affect everything for you. And so again, we're dealing with people who just, for some reason, I don't understand why, it just living in the now. The now is more greater than what they feel like the never will come. I mean, never will come. Never is not coming. So
What Mama
we're
Nana used
never
to
going to
say?
have to deal with that.
Keep living.
Yeah, you keep living. So you guys, I mean, I don't mean this to be a low tone show, but the reality is that when you're talking about the issues with money, first of all, these are tight conversations that people don't want to have.
They don't want to have these.
They don't want to have them, but you have to have them. We have to have them because the climate that we're living in is becoming very, very murky. I mean, it is, how do we say, fair to partly cloudy, a lot more of that than sunshine,
Right.
and blue skies. So to create your sunshine and blue skies, you have to get involved with what's going on in your money.
Right. Well, we're come to the end, whereas this portion of the show is being sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at kogpassion.com. That's kogpassion.com. And use the coupon DOPE, DOPE, exclamation, for 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now, sizes are selling out fast. And I absolutely love that gear. I just love that Unleash Your Dopeness.
It's really cute.
Yes.
That's really cute.
Unleash
So we
your
want you to
dopeness.
unleash your financial dopeness.
Yes.
Yes, you got to do that. So let's go back to the article. I'm not sure what else it has here.
It says, ask many questions.
Got to ask a lot of questions, you guys. Learn how the person you're speaking with is paid. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ask them to explain their underlying assumptions. Go beyond the material presented and presented to you, and to dig into the details. Ask if they invest your own money this way, if they invest their own money this way. And if the answer is no, then why would you be doing it?
Wow. You know, as you were reading that, all I was thinking about is appointments that we do and how we tell them, hey, you don't pay us. Our vendors pay us. And absolutely. Do I have this product? Absolutely. I have, whatever it is.
I tell you to do what I do.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm not going to have something and telling you to do it.
Yeah. No. That's important, you guys. You can ask those questions, you should ask those questions like the article says. So let's go back to the article and see what else it has to say. Appreciate your greatest asset, time. Right now, the most powerful force you have on your side is time.
It's equivalent
The
to money.
dollars you invest today can grow and work for you the rest of your life. Only thing you don't know is how much rest of your life you have.
How much time do you
That's
have?
why time is important.
Right.
Those dollars earn more dollars, which in turn earn more and more. The phenomenon known as compound growth is extremely powerful, but it takes time. Come to terms with the fact that this is a lengthy process. Do not get discouraged and enjoy the ride. Well, you can enjoy the ride by having peace, by knowing that you've got a plan that you're working. But I don't know how you're going to have peace
If
if
don't
you're
have a
not, if you
plan.
don't have a plan
You don't have
and
a
you're not
plan.
working it. I mean, if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. So I guess you're comfortable with that. I hope you're not
I
comfortable
hope
with
you're
that.
not comfortable with that.
Okay. So
Wow.
there you go. Now we want to go into the Saving Your Future book because there's a few things we want to highlight in there. We're talking about investing, and these things are very important to understand. These basics, again, you should have this financial Bible sitting right next to you in your home, in your workbook, at your desk, in your bathroom,
Or on your shelf, like
on
we
your
have.
shelf, like we have sitting right here. You've got to have this book. I don't understand. Now, this book comes in several languages now.
Yes, it does.
Spanish, Mandarin, Chinese,
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. I mean, listen, you guys, there's no excuse. There's really no excuse not to
No.
get educated and know what you're dealing with in this world of complex financial issues, which the thing said blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. We're trying to help you. Let's go to the Saving Your Future book. Now, considerations when investing. Past performance is no indication of future results. Let me repeat that. Past performance is no indication of future results. That is the mantra when investing, because you cannot rely upon the past to predict what's going to happen for you in the future. It doesn't guarantee anything.
Right.
This important phrase is displayed on every mutual fund prospectus. When investing, keep in mind that all of the data, statistics, rates of return, dividend yields, and share prices were numbers of the past. Tomorrow is a different day. No one can predict future performance. So I like to tell people, Tony, when they're investing, there's a few things that we know for sure, is that we can't for sure tell you anything.
You're right about that.
We cannot. We don't know
Don't
what the
know.
market is going to do, so we cannot tell you what you're going to lose, but we can tell you can lose. You're going to lose something.
Yeah,
How much and
absolutely.
when, we don't know.
We don't know.
How long it's going to take you to recover, we don't know. What the market is going to do, we don't know. Can you preserve your principal? No.
We know that for
we
sure.
know that for sure. There's no preservation of principle when you're dealing with the market
Right.
because it's volatile. Let's go back to the book. So now, it also says, where do we stop? Okay. No one knows where the market will go because no one will know how technology will change, whether war or natural disasters will strike, if there will be food surplus or gas shortages, and so on. We don't know. So when you invest, this data is relatively helpful to give you an idea of how certain investment vehicles has performed in the past. It is important for you to know your risk tolerance.
Absolutely.
It is up to you to consider it and make a decision to apply it for your financial future. There we go
Can you
again.
read that again.
Make a decision.
Make a decision. That's exact. I just wait till you get there. They're like, just make a decision.
Make a decision, okay? That's for you to make. You.
And you.
You have to make the decision. We can't make the decision for you. You have to make the decision.
Help me help you.
Help us help you make the decision. You make the decision based on information, not the past, but
No.
you have to consider it. But it does not, it doesn't ensure anything in the future. But it's still, these things are compiled together to help you make a decision. But you have to make the decision. Have you made the decision?
I like that.
Have you made the decision?
Have you?
Okay, let's go on. Tony, please go on to the next thing here.
Time and timing, knowing your objectives and your risk tolerance. If you have a large family, you may need a large car. Understanding your goals and objectives helps you to make the right choices and select the right tools or investments for the job. Time as well as your risk tolerance can play an important part in picking the right investment. When and where to put your money are also important factors. If you need money within a year, you want to keep it liquid. You may want to put it into a savings or money market account. If you need it between 1 to 5 years, find some safe vehicles such as CDs and some GIC and treasury bills and conservative bonds. Go down. If you need more than 5 years, consider stocks and bonds, and the longer you invest the money, the more chance you have to increase the amount of stock and investment portfolios. Historically, statistics show that investors who keep their investment stocks for 20 years did not suffer losses. Remember, past performances does not guarantee future results. Time in the market is more important than the timing in the market. I like that.
Yes.
Because people, when I think of time and timing, nothing is a quick get rich quick scheme to, I'm going to put it here, I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to be a millionaire. No, it takes time.
It takes time.
It takes
and
time.
I like that it says you need to know your short-term goals because you need to know where you need to have money liquid. So you guys, this all goes back to your personal financial strategy.
Absolutely.
Personal meaning it's for you, financial because it concerns your finances, and strategy. What direction are you going? You have to know that. If you don't know that, even if you're investing blind, I've talked to so many people, I know you have, Tony, that tell me, "Oh, I'm investing, I'm doing this," and I ask them, "What? So what are your goals? What are your? I don't know that
no
yet.
idea.
So how do you know
What you're going
if what
for.
you're doing is working or if it's going to help you reach your end result? So you have to have a strategy. Know your numbers. Please call us 1-844-700-4463. Schedule an appointment. It's complimentary, you guys. That means free. You don't pay for this appointment. To sit down and get a strategy, get educated, get yourself in a position where you know what I'm working for. Will this product work for me that I'm in right now? If I don't have a shot at all in the dark or in the light to reach my goal, it's not the product for you.
Right.
You don't need it. You have to have something that's going to help you get where you want to go. But you got to know where you want to go.
You have to know your numbers.
So let's go back to the blue book. Okay, if you need more money in 5 years or later, consider stocks and bonds. The longer you invest the money, the more chance you may have to increase the amount of stocks in your investment portfolio. Historically, statistics show that the investors who kept their investments in stocks for 20 years did not suffer losses. Remember, past performance does not guarantee future results. Annual returns for S&P 500 index using rolling monthly returns between 1960 and 2010. So this is something for you to go look at. You need the book, okay? You got to internalize this. You can't, it's not going to do you justice. Us just reading this chart to you. Let's go on to the next page. You need to have this book so you can read it and gain your own convictions about it. I know many, many times for me, I go back and read this book and I have aha moments every time. Maybe I didn't get it the first time,
Right.
but I'll get it the second time or the third time or the fourth time. But I eventually get it, or I didn't understand what I was reading, or it wasn't pertinent to me at the time.
Absolutely.
But now it becomes pertinent to me, so I can go read it. And now it's like, oh, this now makes sense to me.
And that's why the book is so important that everybody gets it, because we're all at different points in our lives financially, and the book will break it down.
It will.
It will break it down.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is that you have, financial product or any information that you need to know, it's in there for you to understand, and it's easily written. You can easily understand it. It's going to be like a conversation, and it's just you just got to get your copy. I just don't understand why you don't have a copy right now.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
60. This is episode number 65.
Wow.
65 weeks we've been talking to you guys. You don't have the book. Maybe you just joined us. Those of you who don't have it, I'm assuming that you just joined us today. So when we
Get
get
it
to
today.
week 66, you should have this
You
book.
should have a book.
Okay?
Right.
So no more excuses, you guys. No more excuses. We've got to figure out our life, especially their support available to you. Okay? So I don't know how much more time we have. There's a lot more we want to talk about. We'll do it in our next episode. Please share the show today, because people really need to hear this, because we want people to Hashtag make a decision.
Make a decision.
Please make a decision to change your financial future. Create a plan. Get the help, the appropriate help, not just anybody's
Right,
help.
not just anybody's help.
Credentialed, licensed help, and help us help you, please. Please. And we'll see
Absolutely.
you next week on Monday, right here at the Sphere. Okay? We'll see you next week. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.